Hold on. I'm an officer and I'm armed. My gun is right here, so you don't go crazy. Here we go.
On August 20th, 2022, a driver pulled over for going 62 in a 40 told the officer standing at his window something remarkable. "I'm an officer, and I'm armed. My gun is right here, so you don't go crazy." That sentence was not meant as a confession. It was meant as leverage. Picture two scripts running at once. In one, a uniformed correctional officer is explaining to a patrol officer that his badge should change the rules of the stop. In the other, the same script that applies to every other driver in Illinois is running exactly as written, indifferent to who is sitting behind the wheel. This video is about what happens when those two scripts collide and which one the law actually follows. Before we go deeper into what the footage and the statutes actually show, make sure you are subscribed to Police Misconduct Case, because we do not just cover the story, we follow the evidence. Every statute, every appellate ruling, every moment where what someone believed the law said diverges from what it actually says. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Here is what the record shows. On August 20th, 2022, an officer with the Naperville Police Department initiated a traffic stop in Naperville, Illinois, on Cook County Correctional Officer Christopher Cribbs, who was allegedly traveling 62 miles per hour in a 40-mile-per-hour zone and displaying an unlawful license plate cover. The stop began the way thousands of traffic stops begin.
How are we doing?
Really good.
You have your license and insurance, please? Amherst on North Aurora.
What am I being pulled over?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, you're speeding. Number two, you have a license plate cover.
Okay, it's going to stay there.
I'm sorry? I can't understand you. What?
It's going to stay there.
What's going to stay there?
That. The license plate cover.
Okay. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
No, go ahead, write the ticket. I'm not looking.
You don't have insurance for the car?
I got insurance, but I ain't got it with me. It's at home.
Okay. Is this your current address? Okay.
No, you don't know. You see where I'm at, come around, knock on the door, get a 65. Because I don't even trust them.
Then Mr. Cribbs told the officer he was armed, and the entire tone of the encounter shifted. What followed was not an escalation driven by the officer. It was an escalation driven by Mr. Cribbs' belief that his employment as a correctional officer entitled him to redefine the terms of his own detention. He told the officer to come around and knock on his window so he could hand over identification on his terms.
Because she wouldn't come, so I had to make her come to me.
That makes no sense.
I had to make her come to me. I can't, look, I was doing what I needed to do to control the situation.
But that's the thing, though.
I made her do what I wanted her to do, right?
As you know,
I made her do what I wanted to do. Hey, I do this. I
know, so you should know, at that point, you don't control the situation.
I never did control the situation. But I brought it to where I wanted it to be. Y'all don't realize that. Because I work in the jail. I understand. I play with criminals.
And you can't just say, you know what, screw this, I'm leaving. You can't just do that. You can't do that. We're going to place you under arrest for leaving the scene of a
place me under arrest?
Yeah,
for
fleeing, right? If you don't mind, just turn around.
He believed he had controlled the situation. He had not. He had committed a separate offense.
After Mr. Cribbs drives away from the traffic stop to his nearby residence, rather than remaining where the officer directed, the officers place Mr. Cribbs under arrest. Section 11-204 of Act 5 of Chapter 625 of the Illinois Compiled Statutes makes it a Class A misdemeanor for a driver who has been given a signal to stop by a uniformed officer in a marked police vehicle to willfully fail or refuse to obey that direction, or otherwise flee or attempt to elude the officer. Now, although Mr. Cribbs did initially stop and only drove off once the stop was underway, the 4th District Appellate Court of Illinois explained in the 2026 case of People v. Calicut that the statute can be violated when a driver complies at first, but then leaves before the stop is complete. In the Calicut case, the driver pulled over when signaled, but drove away in the middle of the traffic stop, much as Mr. Cribbs stopped and then drove away to his residence. The court reasoned that a driver's duty to comply with a lawful directive to stop their vehicle extends to remaining stopped until the business of the stop has concluded, and therefore that leaving the scene before the stop is over falls within the statute. Now, although Mr. Cribbs argued that he left because the officer didn't come to talk to him when requested, his belief that the officer should have approached his vehicle did not legally entitle him to end the detention on his own terms. Therefore,
even a short distance, even to one's own home, falls within the statute. He believed he had controlled the situation. That is the first time you will hear that phrase. It will return. Ask yourself this. If a uniformed law enforcement officer, someone trained daily in the boundaries of lawful authority, can convince himself in the middle of a routine stop that his badge grants him the power to dictate where and how that stop unfolds, what does that tell us about how authority gets misunderstood, even by the people who are supposed to enforce it for a living? This is not a story about an ordinary citizen who didn't know the rules. It is a story about someone who should have known the rules better than almost anyone on that street and chose to test them anyway. When officers arrived to place Mr. Cribbs under arrest for fleeing the stop, the encounter escalated further. He refused to enter the patrol vehicle. He physically resisted officers' attempts to move him.
Lawful basis to arrest him.
Hey, can I make a call though? Hold on. Can you lock up my house? Because I got
Yeah,
shit.
we will. Yeah, we will.
Okay, come on.
First of all,
I was waiting on this.
is this locked?
I swear.
Okay.
Do everything right.
Thank you.
Okay?
We will definitely.
I
do
promise
that.
you. I promise you. Can I get I need my phone though.
Okay, where's that at?
You got me handcuffs. Can I walk with you inside my house?
Yeah,
I'm handcuffed. I can't do
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Hold on,
Just let her finish. Let her finish.
just so it doesn't tighten up on you, okay?
You know how.
Oh, this is the first time I got cuffs on me. Yeah. Let me make a scene.
No.
Hey.
Let's not
They
make a
putting
scene.
cuffs on the officer. I'm a Cook County sheriff.
Okay, let's.
Right.
You want to get your phone?
No. We gonna make this. No, we gonna make a scene. Y'all want to put
All
a
right,
cuff?
well, we're not-
Hey!
All right. Well, we're not giving your phone then. We're not giving your phone. Come on,
Okay, if I don't get my phone, I'm not going in that place.
well, yes, you are.
You gonna give me my phone? Okay. Y'all gonna pick me
Are you
up?
gonna leave? Are you gonna stop making a scene?
I want my phone.
Are you gonna stop making a scene?
Yeah. If
Okay,
I get my phone.
Let's get your phone.
Only one person going in my house.
No, we're all going in.
No. It ain't happening.
Okay, well then we're not getting your phone. Let's go.
Well, then I'm not going. Hold on, y'all put cuffs on me, and I came back out here. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all gonna
All right.
do your job. I'm an inmate now.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
an inmate
Yes,
now.
you are.
Yep. That's what you
You
like.
got it, or you want me to call some more? Come on.
No, you're not gonna leave my house unsecured. My weapon right there.
We'll get it. We'll get it for you.
We gotta get people involved. Hey!
Sam 33.
Hey! Call the police!
33. And
My gun in my car, and I'm an officer.
Come on.
They know I'm an officer. This ain't gonna work, baby. This shit gonna work. Oh, now y'all wanna play steel training with me? All right. No, ain't no Chris.
Let's go!
No, ain't no go.
Chris, come on,
Come on,
buddy.
y'all wanna play inmate?
Oh, I saw that,
No,
Chris.
officer.
I saw
How
that.
you? What you see?
Come on.
I'm with handcuffs.
Come on.
No, we gonna get some people out here.
Under Section
Yeah.
11204 of the Illinois Compiled Statutes, it is a Class A misdemeanor for a driver who has been signaled to stop by a uniformed officer to willfully fail to obey that signal or otherwise attempt to elude the officer. Mr. Cribbs did initially stop, but the 4th District Appellate Court of Illinois held in the 2026 case People v. Kalukit that this statute applies even when a driver complies at first and then leaves before the stop concludes. The court's reasoning was direct. The duty to comply with a stop extends to remaining stopped until the business of the stop is finished. Driving away mid-stop?
All right.
Nope. Stay down.
No.
Okay, you want to go down? You want to go down?
No. Oh, you broke my leg.
Now, you want to do that? That's where we're going to stay and we're going to wait.
Okay.
This is on you, buddy.
Why did you do that? You could have
Because
broke my leg.
We didn't, though. You know why? Because you did it on your own.
Mr. Cribbs repeatedly refuses to get into the police vehicle and resists the officers' attempts to move him. After a physical struggle, the officers take Mr. Cribbs to the ground, though the footage doesn't clearly show what occurred in the moments immediately before the take.
The body camera footage does not clearly capture what occurred in the moments immediately preceding the takedown that followed, a critical gap in the record that matters enormously for what comes next. Under Section 7-5 of the Illinois compiled statutes, a peace officer is justified in using force reasonably believed necessary based on the totality of the circumstances to effect an arrest. The constitutional ceiling on that authority comes from the 1989 Supreme Court case Graham v. Connor, which assesses force under the Fourth Amendment for objective reasonableness, weighing the severity of the offense.
Act 5 of Chapter 720 of the Illinois compiled statutes, a peace officer is justified in using any force that they reasonably believe, based on the totality of the circumstances, to be necessary to effect an arrest. The constitutional limit on that authority comes from the 1989 case of Graham v. Connor, where the Supreme Court held that force used to effect an arrest is assessed under the Fourth Amendment for objective reasonableness. The court also established
the threat posed and the degree of active resistance. The Naperville Police Department's own response to resistance policy adopts this same standard, requiring that every separate application of force be independently reassessed for necessity in the moment it is used. Apply those factors here, and the picture becomes genuinely complicated, not because the law is ambiguous, but because the evidence is incomplete. Mr. Cribbs was being arrested for a non-violent offense, leaving a traffic stop to travel a short distance home. He was already handcuffed. Officers were aware he had described himself as bipolar and in the midst of a mental health crisis. Every one of those facts weighs toward restraint. At the same time, his physical resistance to being moved is exactly the kind of fact that can justify officers escalating their response. Because the
Yes, let's get him here.
You broke my f***ing leg. Hey, and they know I'm an officer. I can't move this.
Okay. You good if I let go of you?
What the f*** I'm gonna do?
I'm just making sure.
What the f*** I'm gonna do?
Are you gonna fall?
Come
I don't
on,
want you to fall.
hold on to me.
Are you gonna fall back?
Because you like this. No, yep, I'm gonna fall back.
Then let me have my hand.
No, I want your hand. I want it there now.
You want it there?
Yeah.
All right,
come on.
After being taken to the ground, Mr. Cribbs repeatedly states that he cannot move his leg and that it's broken, and the officers call an ambulance to provide him with medical attention.
He believed he had controlled the situation. That is twice now. Hold on to it. What happened after the takedown is where the body camera footage becomes more, not less important. Mr. Cribbs immediately and repeatedly stated that he could not move his leg, that it was broken. He said it to the officers on scene. He said it to the supervisor who arrived afterward. He said it while lying on the pavement, handcuffed, telling the officers, "You do that because you can't even handle yourself on the street with a gun." The officers, to their credit, did not dismiss the complaint. They called an ambulance.
The reasonableness analysis, the severity of the offense, whether the individual posed an immediate threat to the safety of the officers or others, and whether the individual was actively resisting or attempting to evade arrest by flight. The Naperville Police Department's response to resistance policy adopts this standard. It requires that any force be reasonable and directs that each separate application of force be independently reassessed for necessity. Accordingly, a court would likely find that the officers were entitled to use some level of force to overcome Mr. Cribbs' refusal to enter the vehicle. So the relevant determination is not whether any force was permitted, but whether a takedown was a reasonable means of effecting the arrest under these circumstances. While considering the Graham factors here, Mr. Cribbs was being arrested for leaving a traffic stop to travel a short distance home, which is not a serious or violent offense. Additionally, Mr. Cribbs was already handcuffed, and the officers were aware that he had described himself as bipolar and in the midst of a mental health crisis, all of which bear on the degree of force that was reasonable. At the same time, his physical resistance to being moved is relevant to whether the officers reasonably believed that a takedown was necessary to gain control. Because the body cam footage does not conclusively establish what occurred in the moments before the takedown, the reasonableness of that force cannot be analyzed based on the video alone. If Mr. Cribbs was physically struggling against the officers, then the takedown may well have been a reasonable method. But if he was refusing to comply without offering physical resistance, a court could conclude that the takedown exceeded the force reasonably necessary to take him into custody.
The Supreme Court held in the 1983 case City of Revere v. Massachusetts General Hospital that when police injure an individual during an arrest, the Due Process Clause requires the responsible government entity to ensure that individual receives medical care.
The Naperville Police Department's policy reflects that same constitutional duty, directing officers to seek immediate medical attention whenever an individual complains of injury following the use of force. Here, the officers were on direct notice of a potentially serious injury, and they responded by summoning medical aid without delay. On this specific point, the record supports the conclusion that the officers satisfied both their constitutional and departmental obligations.
We're gonna get up, all right? I can't move my goddamn leg, you stupid. All right, so what I want you to do. And if she can't take this while I'm on the ground, what the she an officer for? Huh?
Until they come and say.
What the is she an officer for if she can't take me calling her name? I worked in the jail with no gun. You do that, because you can't even handle yourself on the street with a gun. All these would have been inmates, and I could have controlled them. But you got all these on one person.
Great.
We're gonna let them.
So
We'll let them
what
in.
leg, Chris, hurts? Like what leg can you not stand on?
The one that's bent, I can't unbend it. My foot moves, but I can't
This
unbend
is
it.
where the controlled forensic posture matters most, because it would be easy and dishonest to turn this video into a simple story of an arrogant officer getting what he deserved. The record does not support that simple a story. It supports something more uncomfortable, a stop that began with overreach, escalated through resistance, ended with a takedown the footage cannot fully evaluate, and concluded with officers who, whatever happened in the gap the camera missed, did not abandon their duty to provide medical care to the man they had just placed in handcuffs. Mr. Cribbs was ultimately charged with an unlawful license plate cover, fleeing or attempting to elude a peace officer, aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, aggravated battery to a peace officer, resisting a peace officer, and driving without insurance. As of the date of this episode, the final outcome of those charges remains unknown.
General Hospital that when the police injure an individual during an arrest, the Due Process Clause requires the responsible government entity to ensure that the individual receives medical care. The Naperville Police Department's response to resistance policy reflects the same duty, directing that when an individual complains of an injury after force has been applied, immediate medical attention will be sought. Here, the officers were on notice of a potentially serious injury, as Mr. Cribbs stated more than once that he could not move his leg, and they responded by calling an ambulance to evaluate him or transport him for treatment. Accordingly, a court would likely conclude that the officers satisfied their constitutional duty to provide for Mr. Cribbs' medical
Here is the asymmetry this case actually reveals, and it has nothing to do with which side viewers are inclined to sympathize with. Mr. Cribbs spent the encounter repeatedly invoking his profession. I worked in the jail with no gun.
I can't move my goddamn leg, you stupid.
All right. So what I want you to do.
And if she can't take this while I'm on the ground, what the she an officer for? Huh?
Until they come and say.
What the is she an officer for if she can't take me calling her name? I worked in the jail with no gun. You do that, because you can't even handle yourself on the street with a gun. All these would have been inmates, and I could have controlled them. But you got all these on one person.
Great.
We're gonna let them.
So
We'll let them
what
in.
leg, Chris, hurts? Like what leg can you not stand on?
The one that's bent, I can't unbend it. My foot moves, but I can't unbend it.
Okay.
It's popped or something.
All right.
And the did that wrong.
Have you ever had any injuries prior?
No!
Okay. They're gonna.
All I was doing is standing up. How the you gonna fight when you standing up with your arm behind your back?
I was not here. I'm here now.
They want me to surrender on the car and shit. I ain't doing that shit. Never. I want you to make this personal.
No, I don't.
Because it is personal. You're trying to play for the cameras. But you gonna start with me. That's
How
cool.
am I with you?
You know my cars now. You know my addresses.
Oh,
You gonna start with
I'm
me.
not even normally
That's
up to this
cool.
shit.
Because I ain't got no problems with the police.
All
I got a
these
problem.
would have been inmates, and I could have controlled them, as though his employment entitled him to a different standard of treatment than any other driver on that road. That belief did not protect him. It is what turned a speeding ticket and a license plate cover into 6 separate criminal charges. Meanwhile, the officers, operating under a use of force policy that requires reassessment with every application of force, ended up in a position where the most consequential seconds of the entire encounter are the seconds the camera does not clearly show, which means the public is left to evaluate an outcome without being able to fully evaluate the conduct that produced it. He believed he had controlled the situation. 3 times. And here, finally, it completes its arc. Not as a description of one man's mistaken confidence, but as the central irony of this entire case. Mr. Cribbs believed, again and again, that his badge, his experience, his profession, gave him control over how this stop would unfold. It gave him none of that. What it gave him was 6 charges, a disputed injury, and a body camera.
Because it is personal. You're trying to play for the cameras. But you gonna start with me. That's cool.
How am I with you?
You know my cars now. You know my addresses. You gonna start with me.
I'm not even normally.
That's cool, because I ain't got no problems with the police. I got a problem with you. I got a problem with you.
I don't have a
because
problem
you
with
was sitting here to be a supervisor and supervise these bitches. But you let this shit happen.
Chris, he says he's having a problem with his
I can't,
right knee.
My right knee, I can't unlock
He
it.
says he can't unbend it. Straighten it.
Yeah, hell
Can you lay
yeah.
back?
Like, don't touch me, man. I don't trust you.
Is it okay if I lay back flat
Yeah,
on
you
your back?
cool.
Lay back, flat on your back. Don't hit your head. Don't hit your head.
Get it.
You want my
Hold on.
knee? Is that good like that?
I can't move this
Okay,
leg.
let me just put my knee like this.
Stop moving.
Okay. Man, I ain't been this mad in a long time. I need to go back to work. Whoop my ass.
Listen, we're gonna come on both sides of you.
You just don't know, man.
Chris.
You don't know.
Chris, you gotta pay attention to us.
Okay, let them help you, and then you can talk to me, okay? Later, all right?
Mr. Cribbs was charged with having an unlawful license plate cover, fleeing or attempting to elude a peace officer, aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, aggravated battery to a peace officer, resisting a peace officer, and driving without insurance. As of the date of writing this episode, the final outcome of these charges is not known. Overall, for this encounter, we cannot accurately assign a grade to the officers because the body camera footage does not provide a clear enough view of the moments that were surrounding the takedown to fairly evaluate whether the force that was used to bring Mr. Cribbs to the ground was reasonable and necessary. However, the officers should be commended for much of their conduct during this encounter. Across an extended and increasingly hostile encounter, the officers kept a calm and professional demeanor, repeatedly